first start with me here and let's first start here in a seated position. You can have your knees or your legs cross-legged. Otherwise, you can also in the beginning just sit on your heels if that feels better. We're going to start today into deep and gentle flow. Deep and gentle flow is always a bit dedicated to our yin side, more our female energy, where it's more about letting go, opening up, going a bit deeper, taking a bit more time, a bit more longer breathings as well. To dive into the pose, we will mostly stay between 2 and 5 minutes. And one of the poses, which is supporting actually by being longer in it, to open deeper up our tissue system and our tissues over all our lifetime, often experiences, also toxins, for example, but mostly also energetically through experiences are stored that can help us by staying longer in these poses to open up different parts of our body, to calm our nervous system, to just leave behind old things, but sometimes also just to leave behind the maybe stressful day we had. And there's no kind of common seen sense of stress. Many people have maybe a busy life with their family or their work or just with themselves. So to take a little break of now 75 minutes for that, and where you can kind of nourish yourself and inviting yourself there as well and letting more go and coming also into more peace with your own body. So we are walking every day with our body through the world. Sometimes it might really feel stressed, and our mind might also in some moments really feel very busy. And many people actually rarely take the time to deeply relax, really draw themselves back and to find this place of stillness and of calmness and of being for some time. So that's what we will do today. And I will explain a bit more also underway about yin, about how beneficial holding these postures also so long. Why is it good for you? And we will start in child pose today. I will always give you a lot of opportunities or a lot of different variations, how you can use the poses, how you can go into them. Child pose, just sit down onto your knees, lower your forehead down already here. If it doesn't feel comfortable for you to go fully down, you can place your forehead on a blanket, pillow, or block. You can place the hands in front of your head and just softly start to lower your forehead towards the mat. There's this option to have the knees close together, or you can open the knees also to the edge of the mat, so a bit more wider leg as pose. Then allow yourself here to rise forward on your mat this evening here. And I invite you to breathe in and out through your nose. And I will invite you continuously again to always reconnect you with your breath. There might be a little bit more challenging moments underway when holding one of those poses. You can always connect again to your breath and breathe yourself to the moment maybe where your body is getting a bit more tense, where the mind maybe says, no, we want to go out already now, we're already done. To still go through that. And that can so much help us in life as well. Where we have every day sometimes, a little challenge, a little unknown moment. Find that inner security then in yourself through the practice on your mat, that you are able to go through everything, and that afterwards you will always come out more strengthened and more released. The Yin Yoga is really also very metaphoric for life. We can lead ourselves through life. I invite you here now in child's pose to deepen your breath even a little bit more, to breathe a bit deeper into your belly. Let it expand on the inhale, and then let it deflate again. Once you exhale, let gravity work for you as well.
I wanna be out of control if I can hold you
In
down
child's
when I'm
pose,
out of
there's also so
control.
much breathing
If I can
towards
feel
our kidneys here,
you
which
out,
are
then I'm
on
out
our
of control.
backside,
I want you to take me more
which are the
and show
regulators
me
also for our
what I'm meant to
stress.
evolve. Or
Can
am
be a
I
nice
never
relaxing
evolve?
massage for them as well.
I don't wanna say that I can never be
Very
yours.
good. And then
I don't know
softly
if you
press your
would
hands a
stay.
bit into the mat and walk with your hands
I think you're
towards
afraid
your
of me
knees.
rearranging you,
And we will bring
but I know you
our
won't
hips
regret
above
it.
our knees.
I'm trying to
Very good.
paint a
And then we
picture
bring
for
the
you,
hands a little bit more to the front of the mat.
trying to let you
We're
inside
starting
my
to go
head
into melted heart. So here also we are
and say
starting
I believe
to
that
let
I'm
our upper
made of
body melt
this.
down, our heart melt down
I
towards the
know
mat.
that
Also here
love
again, you
from you
can
today
place your forehead on a block or
made
on a
me out of
blanket
control.
or on a pillow if you like,
Oh,
or you can fully let your
darling,
heart
I'm out of
melt
control.
down towards the mat.
If I
Your back
can't
will be hanging a little bit
figure
through,
you out, then I'm out of
extended back
control.
here.
I want you to take me, mold
And you
me, and
can
shape
keep
me
a little bit of
meant to
pressure in your
evolve.
hands if that feels
On
more
your
safe,
mind, I will evolve.
or you can lay as well your forehead
When
on the
you're
mat
not around, my mind is racing through the days with
and
you.
let your heart move more and more towards the mat.
I wanna
It
sit
might
you
feel like
down
your spine
and tell you
hanging more and more
everything I
down like a
ever
bridge,
knew. So
and
am
allow that to
I
happen.
wrong? Am I right? Will I hear from you
What is
too?
important in Yin Yoga that we don't go into stress zones. We will always go a little bit beyond our comfort zone into our stretch zone. Or whenever you feel any sharp pains on the way, or you feel that anything in your system says really hard no, then I invite you to just go back into child's pose where we started and wait until we move on and just accept your boundary in that moment. And also here, connect again with your breath. Breathe in nice and deep with the inhale. Breathe into your deep belly. And on the exhale, let it deflate. Very good. And allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper, that the mind always finds a little bit more rest here. And sometimes the mind can also become a bit impatient. They're like, are you ready soon? And that's okay. We can just say a lot of things and we still stay where we are. Then also slowly here, bring a little bit more pressure back into your hand and start to move your chest from the ground. Then come with me into all fours, tabletop position here, having your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. Then we're going to bring our weight a little bit onto our left hand and start to rise our right hand up into the sky. Look after your right hand up into the sky as well here. And then slowly bring your arm back down and thread the needle. Bring your hand underneath the left armpit to the left side. Lower your right shoulder down. You can either keep your left hand where it is, or you can lengthen the left hand also more to the front side of the mat. Exactly like that. And then also here, let your head rest onto the right side of the forehead. Allow your shoulder to open here a bit more if you feel underway, but you still like to adjust your body a little bit. Just go for that and then allow yourself to become still. One of the most challenging things for many people to let their body and their minds become still. Yin practice is such a nice practice for us. Teach our minds and our bodies that stillness is something great. Stillness is supporting us in recovery. That our body can do everything it needs to do for us to be healthy. If we allow this deep, deep rest. And also here, if you aren't, connect with your breathing. Allow yourself on the inhale to breathe deep into your belly. And on the exhale, to let it deflate again. Having a conscious connection with your breath can help so much to regulate your nervous system. To create here with your body also new neural pathways within your nervous system, new paths, new ways for your nervous system to act and to work, releasing old patterns. And our deep breath is always activating our parasympathetic nervous system. Rest and digest, calming down, feeling more creative, more free, more light. Very good. And allow yourself to melt maybe even a little bit more down, let a little bit more go. Sometimes we maybe carry so much from the past still on our shoulders. By opening our shoulder belt, releasing the pressure and tension here from the muscles, from the tissues, can also help us so much more in releasing all the weight that we take over on a daily basis. 10 more seconds. Very good. And then slowly bring your left arm back next to your face. Press your left hand into the mat so you can rise up with your upper body. Bring your right hand underneath your right shoulder as well. Very good. We're going to do some neutralizing cat-cows. On the inhale and tabletop, you're going to bend your spine, bring your heart a little bit more towards the mat, and rise your gaze up. Exactly, perfect. And with the exhale, then start to round your spine. Bring your belly button further away from the mat. Very good. And in your pace, with your in and exhale, very slow. Continue for a few more. And really practice yourself here in that moment. Take it as slow as possible. Fast, but kind of often the new normal in the world. For many people, it can be most challenging to do things slowly, mindfully, in the slow pace, with a conscious mind. We can create so much more force and energy. One more. Very good. Now we are meeting back in the middle. We're bringing our weight a bit more onto our right hand now, and let's lift our left hand up into the sky. Follow with your gaze. And then slowly start to bring your hand over here back down. Let it move underneath your right armpit. Thread the needle, bring your left shoulder onto the mat. Your left forehead onto the mat. And then if it feels good for you, lengthen your right hand out here to the front side of the mat. Maybe you like to close your eyes and allow yourself to let gravity work for you. Let your body fall onto the mat here. First, find a bit your position, and then allow yourself to stay like this for the next few minutes. Anatomically, our right and left side can often be different, and that's perfectly okay. Do not wonder why maybe one side opens sometimes more than the other side. Stepping out of the daily survival by feeling safe and staying just where we are, accepting where we are, embracing where we just are right now. In Yin Yoga, it can also easily happen because we are opening so deep tissues sometimes, healing, regenerating so deeply that sometimes through release, tension, Tears can roll, emotions can come up, from sadness to anger to anything. And if that should happen, just welcome it. Just continue to breathe.
Don't get in your way, keep it moving. At the pace of every weather, look within. And don't forget you are surrounded by the wind. As it rushes in your lungs, oh honey, you are part of the moon, precious cave. Don't forget there is unknown inside you. Don't turn
Breathe
away
deeply here
from
again.
yourself by being like
Deep
somebody
into your
else.
belly.
You are tide crashing over and call up
And exhale.
mountains in your darkest tunnels.
And
Where
breathe
your light come from.
in the pace, how it feels good for you.
So take it slow. Put your lungs
Again, you
as
can
high as
close your
you can.
eyes if
Don't
that
stop
feels good
reaching.
here.
Taste the sound of every color.
And keep them
Feel
open
the
if that
beat.
feels better for you.
Let your wild bee uncaged run with the wind.
And just stay here
Let it
for
rush
one more
into its
minute.
lungs. Oh, honey, you are born of the moon, precious cave. Don't forget there is unknown inside you. Don't turn away from yourself by being like somebody else. You are tide crashing over and call up the mountains in your darkest tunnels. Where your light come from, oh aim for the journey and grow with the night. Be brave in your loving, keep steady your side.
And
Oh
slowly start to walk your right
honey,
hand
you are
next to your
born of the
face.
moon, precious cave.
Press
Don't
into
forget
your right
there is
hand.
unknown inside
And
you.
come back
Don't
with me into
turn
all
away
fours.
from
Very good.
yourself by being like somebody else. Don't turn away
And then I
from
invite you to
yourself by
take
being like
whatever prop you
somebody
have. If you
else.
have a
Don't turn away.
maybe pillows or a bolster even or a blanket,
Don't turn away.
to the front side
Don't turn
of the
away.
mat.
You are tired,
And then start to
crashing
bring your
over
right foot
and
here to the
call
front
up
side of the mat.
mountains and your darkest tunnels.
We're going to go
Where
now
your light
into
come
dragon
from,
pose, which is a low lunge
don't
version.
turn away.
What we're going to do here is we're going to lower our upper body next to the inside of our right knee. And first check in here what is best possible for you to
Don't
stay.
turn
If it's
away.
still too deep, because we're going to stay here for like around 3 minutes, you can place anything else that you still have onto the prop that you chose. You don't need a prop, that's also fine. But look for you what feels best, where you like to stay now for the first minute. This is good for hip opening. And then you can either place your forehead also down here onto your arms, for example, or you just leave your elbows on your lower arms, your forearms here on the mat, relaxing your neck. You can just let your head hang down, relax your neck muscles, your cervical spine. And especially here when we're in dragon pose, opening our hips and also in some way opening our shoulder belt. That can carry a lot. Our shoulders, when we are stressed, are easily tense and elevated, pulled up more towards our ears. If it feels challenging for you where you would like to place your head, you can also interlace your fingers, bring your fingers in between each other. Take your two big thumbs and just place your thumbs at the inside of your eyes where your eyebrows start. Just hold your head here in that way. Also an acupressure point at the third eye here, which can be very relaxing. And start to connect with your breath now first again. Letting with every in and exhale, more and more of the tension that you might still be holding in your shoulders or in your hip, more and more melt away. And again, don't overdo it for yourself. If you feel that it's totally too deep where you started, just get yourself a bit further out. Because otherwise we are just going counterproductive. We can't relax. We're actually more and more than going into a stress moment. Especially the season of the year, autumn towards winter, is inviting us so much into letting go. And sometimes it can be very triggering when we still want to hold on certain people, expectations, things in life, habits we created. Your system might already say that it's super done with it and totally ready to move on. But our mind can sometimes be so attached, so fearful of letting something go that we are so used to. By practicing Yin Yoga, we can also really practice. Okay, there's this first discomfort when stepping into the pose, especially towards the middle when we hold it, or the middle of the class, and then we just allow ourselves to continue through this challenging moment. And there's this freedom and liberation starting to come. One more moment, one more minute here in dragon pose. If you feel some challenges, start to breathe even deeper. Don't focus on the discomfort, but focus on your breath. There's a difference between discomfort and pain. Pain is something we should definitely not have. Discomfort is something we can go through. Very good. And slowly start to press your hands here again onto your prop, onto the mat. Right here, a little bit up. You can roll your prop to the side. We're going to open our right hip here now as well. So we're first going to sit with both legs extended to the front of the mat, sitting on our butt. You can move your feet also a little bit more towards the front of the mat because we are going to lie down backwards. It's good if you have your props at the side. We're going to take now our right foot and bring it towards the inside of our left leg. Then we're going to bring the heel next to our right hip. Perfect, very good. And then you can see what works for you here. Either you can take some of your props, place it behind your back, and slow down here like that, half supine hero. Or what you can also do, just checking what feels good, give some options. Or you can go onto your forearms like this, or you can even go fully flat onto your back. Take your arms to the side, take them into cactus pose. Just see what feels best for you, what is working for your body here tonight. There might be some days where one variation works for you. There might be another day where the other one feels way better. And then also here, you can keep your eyes open or close them. Very good. And then allow yourself to melt here as well into the stretch of the right thigh and of your hips. Allow your whole backside of the body to connect with the mat. Hero poses where we are having our ankles next to our hips. Really support the blood flow, the lymphatic flow also in our legs. We have a bit heavy legs, just sitting for some time. Hero's pose, also going here into half supine hero or full supine hero. Can really help to bring the flow back into movement, release water out of the legs as well. And allow your heart here to open. With every in and exhale, invite your whole body. Let more go of what is truly not serving you anymore. Often over the length of a yin session, you will start to feel that your breathing is becoming deeper and deeper. That it's also becoming slower. The more peaceful our body gets by calming it down, the more peaceful also often our thoughts become, the less busy our mind gets. And the more peaceful also over time our life becomes. We become more resilient, less stressed, less emotionally aroused. Maybe when we look at these Buddhist people, monks, more from the east of the world, and just radiating always so much calmness and peace and happiness at the same time. We're truly peaceful from inside. Really just start to step in a being, in an existence of bliss, happiness. It's a constant happiness from the inside. Very good. And then you can slowly open your eyes again if they are closed. You can bring your elbows next to your body, grab with your right hand, also your right ankle, and just softly push yourself here up, coming back into standard leg position, your self-pose. Bring your feet over the side, again behind your back, and come with me shortly, just as neutralizing into child's pose again. Again, here you can choose if you want to have your knees together or if you want to have the knees a bit more to the side of the mat. And then let your body, your upper body, fall down here between your legs or on your legs. Let your forehead for a minute now. Your whole upper body rest here. Let your hips relax. And just connect with your breath. Let yourself fall. Surrendering, trusting. Very good. And slowly press your hands back into the mat. And bring your prop again for dragon pose on the other side back to the front of the mat. Bring your left foot to the front of the mat. Also here you can vary actually a bit with depending on how far you put your right knee away or how close, how much you want to open your hip here. You bring it a bit closer. You will have not such a deep stretch in your right hip. You bring it further back. You're kind of already starting to split your legs here, but and then first find yourself your most comfortable position, and then starting find the stillness in it, finding your own stillness. Especially in our hip area, the inside of our thighs, over our hips, towards our solar plexus or the lower part of our ribs. We have a range of muscles, what we call a bit our soul muscles, which hold a lot. We experience stressful situations. We feel the tendency we either want to fight the situation or kind of run away from it. Those are the muscles that normally want to start to contract to protect our organs, go into the fetal state. There are moments where we had stress, traumatic moments, challenging moments. The tension that was built up there and not released might still be in here. So especially also for women, opening more our hips can be very releasing, very freeing. Change our menstruation cycle, change our sexuality, and with ease also just release moments we had which we didn't digest yet. Just see this dragon pose also an invitation to let anything that you're still holding here, any deeper muscle tension, just let that more go. Very good. Maybe after some time you also feel you would like to go a little bit deeper. Please just go for that. But if you don't, then that's also good. Breathe deeply. Mostly now there's the time coming where it gets challenging, where our body might actually say, let's go out here, we are ready. We don't want to go further. Allow to show it with your breath, deepening your breath. You are so well capable going through this layer that is right now still contracting and holding, relaxing into that even a millimeter more. It can open really a lot in you. One more minute. Doing very good. One more few deep breaths here. One more. Very good. And then slowly, slowly, start to bring yourself out of the pose again. Slowly start to rise up here. Bring your props to the side. And bring both feet to the front side of the mat again. Checking here now on the other side now as well. If you want any props afterwards behind you, bringing your left ankle now towards your left hip. That shouldn't work actually with your ankle. You can also place the sole of the foot on the inside of your leg, or you can place a blanket under your ankle here. And then start to slowly go back. Either see if you would like to take a prop again, or you want to go without a prop. Sometimes we also might think, I don't need a prop. But sometimes it can just totally vary the experience of the pose for you. You can bring both arms out to the side, or bring them in cactus that you have between your forearm and your upper arm at 90-degree angle. Sometimes you might want to adjust your glutes, your butt muscles a little bit, that you're even with your hips here. And then allow yourself to melt here into half supine hero for the next 3 minutes. Finding a deep breathing for you. Allow yourself to let your whole body here again surrender to the mat. Mostly at this time of the yin class, it starts that we really a bit transcend somewhere else, that we feel maybe that there's a total different world starting to happen in and or around us. We could drift away from the here and now where we are, our connections that we have to our identity, our daily life, who we are, what we do. That we actually just are here, present, in this pose, with our breath and our body. That there's nothing really important except this. The more we are regenerating and the deeper we are able to relax ourselves again, the more strength we can actually also create and establish in ourselves. Both need both. Yin needs yang, yang needs yin. Everybody who wants to grow in something needs to remember that we need the resting time to grow further. Like babies sleep so much when they are young. They're able to grow so much. As well, the resting in which we gather again so much energy, so much new potential. We may feel into what do we want to use that for? Where do we want to bring that? And sometimes during or after a yoga class, you can get easier the insights of what you want, what is right for you, without pressing an idea out of your head. And slowly start to bring your arms next to your body. Maybe you like to grab with your left hand, your left ankle a bit, and then press yourself over your elbows and then your arms back up into a seated position with me. Bring your heels over the side again behind your body. Bring your knees to the edges of the mat. Bring your hands a little bit to the front and bring the knees to the side of the mat. And then just start to make some circles with your hips. It doesn't matter if you suck. clockwise or counterclock. Bring your hip here a little bit to motion, and also very softly and gently, still being connected with your breath. Very good. You can start to change direction. Some people think that Yin Yoga just relaxing, but it can even happening by opening our tissue so deeply. There are people who get a sense of like sore muscles afterwards, which you should not wonder about, but it can happen. And let's come back into the middle, bring our knees a little bit back together. You can cross your heels behind your back and just move your butt over your heels if that works for you. And we're coming in caterpillar. You're having your feet to the front of the mat. You can take some of the flesh from your butt a little bit out. You can place, if you like that, you can bring your feet a bit more to the edge of the side of the mat. And you can place a prop. It can also be a blanket underneath, or not underneath, but between your legs. If it feels better for you, you can also have your legs more closed. Or you can also put a prop. Otherwise, if you have your legs together, you could also put it onto the knees. That can also work. Just see what feels for you best. We are then first doing is we are going to press the back side of our both legs into the mat. So we can lift our toes also towards our hips. We are pressing the back side, our hamstrings and our calves into the mat. What we first do now is we're going to press our sit bones into the mat and rise with our spine up here. We can bring our hands over the side to the top of our head. And then slowly, slowly just start to fall forward. And wherever you land, that's right. If you want to rest your upper body on something else, you can also place a blanket, a pillow, or something on your legs. And otherwise, let your upper body hang here over the time we are staying here in caterpillar. That will, because the back side of your body will open more the more longer we are hanging here. So find yourself a way how you can just let your upper body relaxingly hang down here. Relax your neck. And still press the back side of your legs lightly into the mat. And allow your back fascia. You have a fascia tissue, a tissue that is holding your muscles or your systems together. A bit like the white thing if we have an orange or grapefruit or a mandarin. We peel it, we have this white stuff around all the compartments where we have the nice juicy fruit inside. And we have the same tissues actually kind of in our body, holding the muscles together, holding our whole body together. We have also one fascia tissue coming from our eyebrows, over the forehead, over the back of our head, our whole back, our butt, the backside of our legs, even up to the sole of our feet. So by doing these forward folds, we're stretching and lengthening and opening this back fascia tissue. Very good. And just allow yourself wherever you are to more and more relax into it, and every now and then just also to remember to Press the backside of your legs a little bit into the mat. That helps the upper body to fall a bit more down at the front. And it's pretty important that we keep our fascia tissue nice and smooth, nice and juicy by drinking water, by moving it. Otherwise, that's actually one of the reasons why we get stiff. Because they're a bit like a dried out orange, very hard white stuff, which is not allowing our muscles anymore to move. So Yin Yoga also really helps to open the deep fascia, which is in the many deepest cells of our muscles as well. One more minute here in caterpillar, and allow yourself as a caterpillar to remember the more you let go, the more you will transform into your butterfly state. Very good. And slowly first start to rise up your back vertebra by vertebra from the bottom. So you can start to rise your back up from your butt, then more up along your spine, your shoulders. And then last thing is to rise your head. Very good. We're going to roll onto our back. And then we are bringing our knees towards our chest, and you can grab with your hands each one knee, or you can bring your hands around your knees, grab your hands together, or grab with one hand your wrist, and then just rock here a bit from side to side, massaging the back side, massaging your kidneys, relaxing your hips here as well. Doing some yin yoga, and that doesn't always have to be like a whole hour. It can also just be 10-20 minutes before bed, and really support to have very good deep sleep, very restoring. If you like, you can also rock a bit from front to back. Always needs a bit more movement at first. Still stay gently. Very good. And then we come back into an upright seated position here. Bring your hands with the fingertips away from your butt to the back end of the mat. And then start to windshield wipe your knees to the left and to the right side very slowly. Very good. And then we stop in the middle. You can bring all the props that you have to the sides. For now, we don't need them anymore. We're going to lie down onto our front side. And we're going to bring our right arm out to the side. Going to bring our left heel towards our butt. And then we are starting to move our body over to our right side. So bringing the knee up into the sky, perfectly correct. And you bring the sole of the foot onto the ground. We're opening our shoulder here. You can relax the side of your forehead on the mat. Twisting a bit our spine, opening our shoulder. And allow yourself to relax here as well for the next 2 to 3 minutes. And deep breathing again, connect with your breath. With every exhale, maybe you want to melt a little bit more and a little bit deeper into this. The stretch on your shoulder should be too much. Just roll your body a little bit more back into the middle. Otherwise, just allow yourself to find some stillness and depth here. Yoga can also so much help to balance out our hormonal state. We are as women, for example, actually in any part of our cycle, sometimes through various things, our cycle can just be our hormones can be a bit mixed up. By finding this deep breathing, this parasympathetic nervous system activation, our glands and our bodies, our brain can so much more easily restore all of that, so we don't need to have any PMS symptoms or super cravings or total emotional roller coaster. So by doing Yin Yoga, especially before the menstruation, we can support the body so much and letting everything go it wants to let go. Just support it a little bit with it. 30 more seconds. Very good. And slowly start to bring your left knee back down onto the mat. Roll your body back into the middle. Bring your right arm next to your face. Bring your both hands at the front of the mat. Interlace your fingers here. And then place your forehead, your third eye, the point between your eyebrows, on one of your finger joints. And massage your third eye here a little bit, very softly. Do you feel first clockwise or counterclock, or you want to make like an 8? And be very relaxing for the mind. Very good. Then we're going to reach our left hand out to the left side. We're going to bring our right heel to our butt, right heel to the butt, and then slowly start to roll your body over to the right side. Bring your right sole of the foot onto the ground. Rest the left side of your forehead on the mat. And relax here into the shoulder opening. Exactly right. So very good. Connect again deep with your breath. Maybe you also feel with your exhale, you like to sigh a bit out, tone a bit. Because actually, if we exhale, the first tone that comes out if we open our mouth, the A is the first letter of the alphabet. Starts in the back of our throat. Ah. Oh. Two more and then exhales here. And then slowly start to bring your right knee back onto the mat. Bring your whole body onto the front side. And then slowly press yourself out of the hands back into child's pose for 1 minute. And we're going to go into end relaxation, Shavasana. Yoga is really there to create more unity, more connection in you, within your body. but also between all the parts kind of that you are, between your body, your mind, and your soul. Everything is there with more harmony, like that they are working together, and not that they are working against each other. Finding this peaceful state between all of them. Really always a beautiful flow, a beautiful state to move more and more towards to. And slowly lift your head back up and turn your body around. Lie down onto your backside, and you still like to grab a pair of big socks or a blanket and nicely wrap yourself up here into end relaxation. Maybe you want to place a pillow or a blanket underneath your knees so your hips are a little bit higher and your hips can even relax a little bit more. Make it nice and cozy for yourself. You can place the hands next to your body, palms facing upwards, or the inside of the hands, the palms facing downwards. Whatever feels better for you. Then allow yourself here to really rest your body and let it integrate for the next around 3 to 5 minutes. Integrate everything that we started off. Your practice brought into flow. Sometimes after yin practice, we can feel a bit vulnerable, quite soft, and I invite you to just allow that, this vulnerability, this inner softness, which in this very young world can sometimes feel a bit unprotected. Let's just really learn that that's also a safe place to be in when we are soft, when we are gentle. Create so much strength out of that as well. Now the whole backside of your body to be held by the ground. Relax any have tos and must tos. Feel how you are lying here, that you are perfectly and totally accepted and welcome how you are.
Take the end, all I know, for me to learn how much I hope to see this life.
Maybe towards the end right now, you feel like giving yourself a smile for yourself, for choosing the practice. And I invite you to still stay as long as you like in Shavasana. Take your time. for yourself. If you watch the recording, then you can like the video or subscribe to my channel, and you're always welcome to reach out for questions. You're always welcome to share in the comments what you felt